Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and oh, happy day. Alvin Bragg, he just got crushed by the Supreme Court. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you love Donald Trump as much as we do, smash that join button and become a member of this channel. Guys, Alvin Bragg is shaken. Just this morning, he agreed with the Trump defense team to push the sentencing back from July 11th to around July 24th after the Republican National Convention. Why? Well, the Supreme Court decision rocked his case too. Now, I've been asked this question a lot. People say, well, it involves Stormy Daniels and it involves stuff that happened before he was president. How could official acts do something to stop this case? Well, it's very simple. The official acts also cannot be entered into as evidence in the trial. It's almost as if the Supreme Court put that in here to directly affect the New York case and get the conviction overturned. And it looks like it's going to work. Why? Because some of the testimony was done by a young lady named Hope Hicks. And that testimony came when Trump was president. The conversations they had were official conversations. You get it? When he was president. And that's what she talked about. Well, her testimony is inadmissible. And a conviction, even if it wasn't based on her testimony, it was part of the trial. Now, I don't believe Judge Merchan will dismiss this case or invalidate the conviction. And the appeals court might not even invalidate the conviction. But then you get to the Supreme Court, and they're going to look at their own ruling that they just set, and I think that case is invalidated. I think that's the whole reason they did this. And then you look at Georgia, and I think Fani Willis's case is absolutely DOA. Absolutely DOA. Everything he did in that case can be classified as an official action. So that case is toast. All they had left was Alvin Bragg's case, and it looks like that's toast. I want you to listen to this legal analyst explain exactly why. He probably explains it better than I can. And then I want you to leave me your notes in the comments. Do you think that dismissing this case and overturning the conviction is the right decision?
So they're going to have, in Georgia, the same exact immunity issues. They're going to have to contend with those again. At a minimum, further delays it. And finally, it wouldn't surprise me to see Donald Trump's legal team go back into New York, into Manhattan, the hush money case, because some of the evidence that was introduced in that case had to do with conversations Donald Trump had with his advisors, including Hope Hicks, while he was in office, those early months when he's in office. So,
and Hope Hicks was a White House employee at that point.
Exactly. So do not be at all surprised if we see in the next couple days a motion from Donald Trump's legal team to throw out the verdict in the New York state case, the hush money case as well.
Although, do you think it's likely that it would be thrown out?
I don't think Judge Merchan will agree to throw it out, but then we're going to be right back into this appellate loop. I mean, it could make its way up the appeals courts in New York, and ultimately, you got the U.S. Supreme Court sitting there. I mean, if they decide that some of the conversations that Donald Trump had with Hope Hicks were part of his official duties, that conviction is going to be in trouble, because one thing the Supreme Court says today is if there is an official act, even if it's not indicted itself, you cannot use that even as evidence in a case. Now, that's a very extreme, and I'm actually surprised by how extreme that ruling is, but that's the ruling now. So Trump is, all four of these cases are delayed. There's no way any of the other ones happens before the election, and it's going to cause him to renew his immunity motions in all four cases.
And we should point out that a higher court in New York threw out the Harvey Weinstein conviction, not based on the belief that he was innocent, but based on the fact that the lower court judge allowed in evidence that the higher court said, you're not allowed to do that.
And you might have that here as well with the testimony that was given by Stormy Daniels there, right? That's also an appellate issue there. I think there's another issue that's now brought to light. Let's think about what Trump's been saying about the border, right? Joe Biden, he's basically alluding that Joe Biden could be prosecuted because criminally for what's happening at the border, that his conduct is so egregious that he could be subject to criminal prosecution.